Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Well, good morning. It's Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. I really was supposed to be back yesterday. We got our bags checked and boom, flight got canceled. So many thanks to the kiddo for putting this together from our New York studios. But all things considered, Omaha is not the worst place in the world to be. Called up Uncle Warren and we had a great dinner downtown. But I made it back last night, so let's get into the news, shall we? Snow update. Annapolis says 100% of the emergency routes and connector roads are all passable. 100% of the people I have spoken with have a different definition of the word passable. So be careful is what I'm telling you. It's still a mess out there, and it seems like the city has a lot of catching up to do to clear the roads to make them safe once again. They are watching another storm for Friday morning that could give us some ice, but I'm going to let George from DC MDVA Weather opine on that one. Cancellations. Most governments are on a 2-hour delay, and last night the schools also said that they were on a 2-hour delay. Yesterday, Governor Hogan declared a 30-day COVID state of emergency, making sure he still appeals to the far right. He did not implement any masking mandates, but is requiring masking in any state buildings. He mobilized 1,000 National Guard troops to help out, is allowing the health secretary to regulate hospital personnel, bed space, and supplies. He's opening 20 new hospitals-adjacent testing sites to stop people from going into emergency rooms for COVID tests. He's authorized booster shots for 12 to 15-year-olds and is encouraging all Maryland employers to incentivize employees to get vaccinated and boosted. On a county level, County Executive Pittman announced that the county has 200,000 at-home COVID tests and is giving the schools 100,000 of them, and the other 100,000 will be distributed through equity-based channels to make sure they get into the hands of those that generally may have a tough time accessing the test. The school will repay, quote-unquote, the county when they do get an allotment. Some political tidbits, and this first one is a little bit political and a little bit COVID. County Executive Pittman issued a 7-day indoor mask mandate. The county council neutered him a few months ago, and now, in order to do more than 7 days, he needs a supermajority of the council to authorize it, 5 out of 7 votes. He sent out an email blast yesterday asking residents to testify on behalf of the mandate this Friday at 10 a.m. on a county council Zoom meeting. Where it gets political is that he says the council will be voting to help slow the spread of COVID or challenge the principle that government should act to protect the public. And in other political news, Maryland Matters has a scoop on the gubernatorial race, the Republican gubernatorial race. Former Lieutenant Governor Michael Steele is out. After more than 6 months of hemming and hawing, he decided to take a nope and remain at MSNBC as a political analyst. Probably a much better gig anyhow. So, on the Republican side for governor, at least for today, it looks like frontrunner, soon-to-be former Commerce Secretary Kelly Schultz, and following way behind her, Delegate Dan Cox, Attorney Robin Ficker, and a guy named Joe Werner. Of course, the Democratic primary has like 15 or some crazy number like that, with Comptroller Peter Franchot as the frontrunner. Hey, as we begin to wrap up, I do need to get some more of the local business spotlights recorded, so please send me a bunch of suggestions. info@eyeonannapolis.net, or you can DM me on Twitter. There is no cost at all to the businesses for these, and the episodes will be sent to 14,000 some odd subscribers of the DNB, our 50,000 on Twitter and 130,000 on Facebook, and then also the 180 or 190,000 or so that read eyeonannapolis.net throughout the month. Again, no cost to the business other than their time to sit down and talk with me. All right, that's it for the news. But first, a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long End Foster Company, and Rehab to Perform. Okay, so now hang tight. George Young from DC MDVA Weather is standing by with your locally forecast weather report. And back at it once again, BeeprBuzz with all of your music buzz in her Annapolis After Dark segment. All that in just a bit.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DC MDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, January 5th. Yesterday brought a fair amount of melting to the Annapolis region following Monday's snowstorm, despite temps staying cold in the 30s. And more of the same will happen today ahead of more snow on Friday morning. But watch out this morning for some possible light freezing rain or drizzle before temps warm up later in the day. Look for highs today in the mid to upper 40s with some rain as well, which together will really help with melting even more of that snow. Then it's mixed skies and low to mid 40s tomorrow, ahead of another round of snow early Friday morning with a general expectation as of this morning for maybe 2 to 4 inches of accumulation. Definitely stay tuned for more on this next round of winter weather as the week progresses. But as for the weekend, it'll be sunny in mid to upper 30s on Saturday, with Sunday bringing another threat of some rain, with a one-day warm-up into the 45 to maybe 50-degree range, which will once again help deliver more melting of snow across the entire mid-Atlantic before temps cooled back down to around 40 degrees with sunshine on Monday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DC MDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dcmdvaweather.info each day. And always be sure to follow us on our app at DCMDVA Weather, which you can get from the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Because love is what moves us. This holiday season, I'm hoping to encourage you to think of things a little bit differently. Instead of focusing on buying presents, be present. Instead of wrapping gifts, wrap someone in a hug. Instead of sending gifts, send peace. Instead of seeing lights, be the light. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt. If your dream for 2022 is a new place to call home, give yourself the gift of planning ahead. We are taking appointments between now and the end of January for people wanting to put their homes on the market this spring. Give us a call and take the first step in making the dream of your next home come true.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
The music scene in Anne Arundel County is popping, and sometimes it's hard to sort through it all. From blues to pop, from funk to ska, BeeprBuzz has it all covered for you in this week's Annapolis After Dark.
Good morning, Annapolis, and welcome to Annapolis After Dark. It's a rocky start to 2022, but we still have places that have live music, and you can find them here. I'm not sure if you saw my post over the weekend, but I posted 108 live videos on the Annapolis Streaming Facebook page in 2021, even during the pandemic. Watch all of these videos from the live tab of the Annapolis Streaming Facebook page. Here are my highlights for Wednesday, January 5th through Sunday, January 9th. Like Annapolis weather, the music schedule is constantly changing, so be sure to check our websites at annapolisstreaming.com and BeeprBuzz.com to be sure that what I mentioned in this spotlight is still happening. Annapolis Streaming started as a listing of streaming shows during COVID. With the increase of canceled gigs, the streaming shows are picking back up. Kensington Studio Sessions drops their weekly episode at noon. Also today, Wednesday at 8 p.m., Jimmy Davies will resume his couch concert series because his Ajar open mic night at Metropolitan is canceled this week. Both will post on their Facebook pages, and we will share on the Annapolis Streaming Facebook page, so keep a watch for them later today. Also on Wednesday, Dana B. will be up at Galliano Italian Restaurant in Gambrills from 6 to 9. Ben Heemstra will be at Gary's Grill in Severna Park from 5 to 8. Daphne Ekman will be at Reynolds Tavern from 7 to 10. And Joey Harcum will be at his residency at Mother's Grill in Arnold from 7 to 10. Catch Ryan Kozel at Middleton Tavern in front of the Cozy Fireplace from 6 to 9. On Thursday, Sean Sattel will be bringing his Celtic folk punk mix to Brian Baru from 6:30 to 9:30. Troll Tribe Duo will be at Mother's in Arnold starting at 7. And Brant Austin Dunn will be at O'Lawlins in Arnold starting at 5:30. Alexander Peters will be at Reynolds Tavern from 7 to 10. And Thursday night at the Dark Horse for The Experience starting at 9 p.m. Weekend music. Friday, Dana B will be playing Happy Hour at Blackwall Hitch from 4 to 7. Mike Major of Major Company will be at Ramshead Roadhouse starting at 9. Friday night at 8 p.m., there is a charity concert at Club 164. This is the new dry club over by the mall. Dave Teff of Laughing Colors will be performing to raise money for Rob Tim of WRNR, who is battling cancer. Ramshead Tavern is bringing music back to the Down Bar. If you have ever been to the shows down there, then you know how good the music sounds in that cozy little room. Tim Atkinson will be playing down there with John Gosnell starting at 7 p.m. On Saturday, there are 2 shows in Odenton to catch. Juliet Lloyd Trio will be at Crooked Crab from 7 to 10, and Cavusi and the Typos will be at the Hideaway from 8 to 11. Lauren and Rusty Duo will be at Brian Baru from 7 to 10. In downtown Annapolis, catch Nate and Jim at Stan and Joe's and 3 of a Kind at Middleton Tavern. They'll be playing till close. Sunday, Ben Heemstra will be at Brian Baru from 1 to 4, and Pat Garvey will be at Galway Bay from 4 to 8. End the night with Jim Rosenthal, Old Man Mojo, at 49 West from 7 to 9. Again, these are just the highlights. Find the full schedule of music for all of the Annapolis and surrounding areas on Annapolis Streaming Facebook event and the websites annapolisstreaming.com and BeeprBuzz.com. Music is definitely back, but stay up to date by watching our socials and our websites. Know before you go with Annapolis Streaming and BeeprBuzz. See you out there.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.